Hi everyone, my name is Danielle Juarez, and for my project, I decided to go to St. George Orthodox Church in Fishers, Indiana. A little bit about me, I was actually raised in a really big Greek and Catholic family. So my dad's side of the family was Greek, my mom's side was Catholic, and my siblings and I attended Catholic school and were raised in the Catholic church. So this was really kind of a cool project to get to know the other side of my family. My maiden name is actually Lenos, which is short for Philegenos, which is about as Greek as it gets. So this was kind of a cool way to get to learn some of the things about my cousins and my aunts and uncles that I really didn't know much about before. So prior to this, I had only been to a Greek church for like weddings and funerals. So I actually asked my cousin Stephanie to go with me to kind of explain what was going on. And at St. George, we met with Father Nabel. When we first walked in, the one thing that I noticed was that the church was very intricately decorated. Everything was very elaborate, very over the top. There was gold everywhere. There were paintings on the ceilings. The architecture was very different. There was a huge dome covering like over the center of the congregation where the pews were. And so when I talked to Father about why the church was actually decorated this way, because it was quite different from what I was used to, and what the significance was of the dome, he explained that they actually believe that the church is the house of God. It's an extension of God's house in heaven, and it needs to be decorated appropriately, which I found interesting. Also, the dome has a really big significance in the Greek church. The dome actually represents the Holy Spirit covering the congregation and the people of the church, and the Holy Spirit plays a very, very central role in the Greek Orthodox religion, so this is huge for them. The service itself actually started out pretty similar to the Catholic service that I'm used to. Everyone came in and, they went through the readings, did the introductions. The one thing that was really different was that most of the readings were in Greek. So I didn't know what was going on for a good portion of those. But Father's homily was actually in English, which was nice and was really similar to the homilies that I'm used to. They also, one thing that was different was that instead of like a choir or like someone who leads the responses, they have chanters. So these people chant verses or hymns from the Bible, which was interesting. Another thing that was different was that the altar itself, you can't even really see it. It's behind a wall. And Father explained to me that the reason that the altar is, away from the congregation is because only priests and clergy members are allowed to actually go into that area where the altar is. It's considered the most sacred and holy place of the church. And they actually believe that they have pieces of the cross itself and other artifacts built into the altar. So they consider that to be extremely holy and not somewhere where they want everyone able to access. One of the last things that I noticed during the service was that people of all different ages went to communion. It wasn't just, young adults and older people. Even young toddlers and children were going and receiving communion. And so Father explained to me that the reason that this is the case is because they actually receive their sacraments all at the same time. So they are confirmed into the Greek Orthodox Church, baptized into the Greek Orthodox Church, and receive their first communion all on the same day. And they usually do this at a pretty young age. It's usually during the first year. So we went ahead and we went through the rest of the service. And then after service, one of the things that was really cool is that once service is over, that doesn't mean that church is over. Everyone actually goes into like a hall next door. And one of the things that was really nice is that the church members have a really cool dynamic where everyone is like one big family. So it doesn't matter if these people are your aunts or uncles or not. When you're there and with them, they're your aunt and uncle. So they, talk about life, they have breakfast together, everyone knows everything going on with everyone else's family, and they're all there to support each other, which is really cool. They do multiple things throughout the week. They do cookouts together. They have different things that they participate in. They go to each other's kids' sporting events together. So it's really nice that they have that really strong family connection at their church. And that's one of the things that I will say that I kind of wish that I had at my Catholic church. But other than that, it was a really good experience. It definitely was eye-opening to see a lot of the similarities to my own church and to learn more about my family and why they are the way they are. And this was just a really fun project. And I hope everyone else had fun with their experiences and can't wait to hear all about it. Thank you.